Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today, I just want to make an announcement. I will be starting a new series after I end this one. And hopefully you guys enjoy that series when it comes out. But let's just hop into this series and yeah. Comment down below any other what if ideas you have for me and I may or may not do them. So yeah, let's just hop into this. What if? Okay guys, so this is the second part of what if Naruto showed his true face. Now, basically, after Tsunade found the seals, she started to train her shinobi, the Kage, and some of the Kage shinobi that they had specially picked for this job. Now, the other Kage, like I said, I didn't say this before, but they obviously knew how to use sealing in some sort of way, since they were able to seal away tailed beasts and humans, like the leaf, so they obviously had some sort of understanding of sealings, the Kages. So, the Kages didn't need that much training, but this wasn't just any normal 1 to 9 tail Biju. This was a guy who had such power in him that dwarfs all those Biju combined. So they had to train still, even though they could seal away Bijus. Like I said, he didn't have the chakra of the regular Biju they sealed away, so they needed to train. Now, while they were training with seals on some things, Naruto was gaining power, and he was perfecting his jutsu and making plans on how to cause peace and stop war. Just like he always wanted, just like how he always planned. Everything has gone to plan. He didn't expect to get such power, but he doesn't regret it. And he knows what the villagers are going to try to do, because they don't want to be controlled. Even though Naruto feels like he's doing this for the greater good to stop all the war, they still don't want to be controlled. They don't care if it means that there's going to be war. They don't want to be controlled. They want to be in power. And Naruto knows that they're going to use some type of seals, so he has to get ready and he has to be careful. So he's making up strategies and plans on what to do first. And the best plan he has right now is to send a clone there, like, to force someone, well, not to force someone, but to have someone make a clone of themselves for him, and then to send them into that trap. And then once the Kages use their seals to seal that clone away, Naruto's going to come in, swoop in, and, put seals on them or kill them if he has to. Even though he doesn't want to kill them because he likes them. But he has to stop war. Otherwise, it's never going to stop in this cycle of violence and the cycle of Biju getting sealed into, unwilling hosts and them getting abused is just going to continue forever. And he knows that, so he has to stop this now. And he's thinking about sealing away their chakra or something, but just anything to stop war and create peace. Because his dad's way of creating peace was just not a viable way. It never worked, obviously. Because if it did, then he wouldn't have to make such a plan. He wouldn't have to do such things. He wouldn't have to betray his friend's trust. So, he kind of blames this on his dad for doing this to him. Though he's not too mad, because his dad also allowed him to have enough power to seal away Kage inside of him. Because if he didn't have the 9 tails, he would have been just like any other shinobi and died to Madara back when he came back to life. So he's grateful in a way to his dad, ruining his life, But first, he needs scouts in each village, because he still doesn't know what seals they're using, how powerful the seals are, because for all he knows, the seals could seal away even, like, they could seal his clone's chakra, and since his clone is connected to him, it might seal away his chakra. So he's not really sure on what the seals they're using. He doesn't know if they could use the seals multiple times. He's assuming that they can, but he's hoping that they can and that they don't have enough chakra to do it. He's kind of correct in a way because sealing away such a powerful being's chakra would probably exhaust all your chakra. So they could only use these seals once. And that's what he's hoping for. So with just sealing his clone or a clone or something, and he can come in, swoop in when they're weak, seal them off or kill them off because they're probably never going to listen to him. He's probably going to have to kill them off. And then, peace comes. He's going to have to teach Hagoromo as well, but Hagoromo comes last, as he's not as important right now, since Hagoromo can't do nothing. He already gave away all his power. He's very weak, and he's useless. But he will gain his power again somehow. Naruto has a feeling he will gain his power, and he does not want that to happen because Hagoromo will ruin his plans. So he's going to have to deal with Hagoromo soon, but only after. And then maybe he'll fall in love with someone who agreed with him, or he doesn't really know. He doesn't really care about that right now. That's not really at the top of his list of important things to do. It's really at the bottom. So he's got to, get apprentices, put them in each village to find out what's going to happen. It's going to take a long time for them to really get into a high position. So he doesn't want them to be in a high position. It's a position that's high enough where they, they will get the information on what the seals are. So that's probably going to take a long time. And we're going to skip to 3 years into the future. Everybody's 3 years older now. Naruto's regained most of his power, about 90%, well, 99%. He's very close to gaining it all. Though he doesn't really lead it all for this plan, he is very close. Now, he has apprentices set up in each village, and he knows what seals they're going to use. And don't worry about his apprentices betraying him, because he put loyalty seals on them. Someone like Danzo did to his root Anbu. He put loyalty seals on them so they won't ever betray him. Now, one of his loyal apprentices in the Leaf Village, the most important village, because they have all the seals, is, I'm going to call him Urashi. Now, Urashi, he is a Jonin. And he doesn't have the clan, but he's in the Shinobi Council because of how strong he is. And he is one of the advisors after, mysteriously, some of the advisors were killed off. The ones that Tsunade had, made advisors, they were mysteriously killed off. And Urashi was one of them. Well, he wasn't one of them that got killed off, but he replaced one of the people that got killed off. So that's why he knows all about these seals. Now, Urashi, he sends information to Naruto about every week or so. So Naruto has very good information on the ins and outs of the village, since they had to rebuild the village after, what happened with Pain, and they had to make new secret passages and all this stuff because they know Naruto knows everything, since he was a ninja, he was a shinobi. So he probably knows most of the secret entrances, exits to the village. So they had to rebuild, collapse those ones that they assume Naruto knew, and make new ones. But Naruto, since he's getting his information from Urashi and his other, apprentices in the other villages, he knows all the secret entrances and all that stuff. Now, like I said, he still feels very bad because he has to betray his friends. He has to betray Tsunade, has to betray Gaara. He doesn't care about Sakura. He stopped loving her since, that fight with Kaguya. But he has to betray a lot of his friends. But over the years, since he's been getting more and more power, he stopped caring. He's become more emotionless, more, well, not, well, yeah, more ruthless, more of an Otsutsuki. And it's because part of Kaguya's soul is still inside Naruto, alongside your chakra. So he kind of has a personality similar to hers, a very ruthless type of personality. So he really doesn't care as much as he used to about 3 years ago, back when he just got this power. So he's planning on attacking first, but he's gotten word from a Shinigami that Hagoromo has regained power and is trying to convince Shinigamis to free his soul and all this bullshito. Now he escaped from the Shinigami by tricking him, because he was pretty smart and the Shinigami was dumb. And that Shinigami that got tricked was eventually killed off by the Shinigami King for being such an idiot and letting go one of the most powerful souls that they have ever captured on this planet. So now that Hagoromo has escaped, he is trying to convince some of the Shinigamis and demons and fallen souls, just people that are dead, to train with him and to stop all this madness that Naruto is trying to do. Well, what he considers madness and what Naruto considers the correct thing to do. And Naruto does not like this at all. So he informs the Shinigami King of where he is, because Naruto, he has made a lot of connections over the past few years, even with the Soul Realm. So he has some Shinigamis he has on his, well, not payroll, well, kind of a payroll. He sacrifices some souls to them every month or so, and in turn they give him information. So they told him where Hagoromo was because he's too trusting. Naruto sent the Shinigami King his way, and well, that Hagoromo problem isn't dealt with now. But now that Naruto has to deal with Hagoromo, he has to deal with his brother, because Hamura was on the move. And there's also this other Otsutsuki that Naruto, he's planning on collaborating with. But he might, betray him or end him after they're done with their work. Because Naruto doesn't work. Well, he doesn't know what this other Otsutsuki is going to be like. And if you're wondering who this other Otsutsuki is, it's Toneri. The one that tried to steal Naruto's girlfriend and marry her and then take Hinabi's eyes to get the Tenseigan. Yeah, that Toneri. He went to the moon, because he can, and he met Toneri. He made him a promise that he would give him the Byakugan eyes, make him receive sight again, but in turn, Toneri had to be thoughtlessly loyal to him. Otherwise, Naruto would just kill him off there and then with this Rinne Sharingan. And Toneri was just like, done deal. I accept. Because he had really no choice. I mean, his sight back just for some loyalty in return, that was a pretty promising deal at the time, so he accepted it without a single thought. And Naruto, well, they killed Hamura, and Naruto gave Toneri Hamura's Tenseigan eyes. Now, Toneri, there's a Tenseigan user and a Rinne Sharingan / Rinnegan user. So this is just not looking good for the 5 villages below. But that's just how it's going to be sometimes, It's now that Naruto has even more power, and more allies that agree with his plan. He's thinking about putting his plan in action. No, he is ready to put it in action. But we'll see that in the next part. Peace.